welcome back to another round of Wheel to Wheel Racing. We're here for round 11 of our 12-round calendar. In the final round of the 86s at the very well-known Mount Panorama circuit. We'll have 3 races tonight, 2 7-lappers followed by a 13-lapper in the dark. Tonight with me in the commentary box, making his return, is Footner.
G'day everyone, absolute pleasure to be back.
And on the visuals we have Fine Moves.
Hey boys, looking forward to our first Bathurst race that's not an enduro, I think, so it should be good. Reverse grid at Bathurst.
Yeah, it should be really good. I'm excited to see how everyone navigates Hell Corner, and we saw plenty of action in the Split 2 stream earlier, seeing if the Top Split boys can avoid some chaos like the second split ended up in.
Yeah, turn 1 always going to be a hot spot at Bathurst, no matter what lobby or what cars you're in, especially with the reverse grid, with fast people maybe braking later than the slower guys trying to close in. It's just definitely going to be a hot spot for carnage.
For sure. Getting a good start off the line if you're towards the front of the field is going to be super important here as well. And in the 86s, it's all about your reaction time, so very interested to see how that goes.
Yeah, those who have practiced a fair bit probably going to be rewarded. Very flowy circuit. You got to keep that mid-corner speed up because of the low power in these 86s. I jumped in for a couple of laps and boy was I rusty after not playing the game for 3 months.
Yeah, I felt the same way when I jumped back in a couple of rounds ago, but back here watching the Top Split guys show us how it's all done, and I've seen some really quick quali numbers today in a couple of practice lobbies as well. I saw Adam V get a 2-minute 10 flat, so I feel like a 2-minute 9 is definitely on the cards to be pulled out during quali.
Yeah, 2 minutes 10.0 is absolutely flying. I was watching Apex cut some laps as well. He's got some speed in race trim, so as usual those boys are going to be dicing it up the front, I feel.
Yeah, I've also heard from Tombo himself that he's put everything he had left in his wheel-to-wheel betting account on himself getting pole here, so...
Really?
He's gone all in for this one, and hoping it pays off big time.
Has Tombo counted his chickens before they've hatched, maybe?
Definitely possible. He's put $1,738 on himself, going for almost $5. So... he'd definitely make a bit of bank if that come through, but that's a lot to ask for against all of these guys here.
Yeah, so it may render him moneyless for the final round.
Yeah, we've also we've got Tate back up in Top Split for the first time in a little while, which it'll be good to see. He's been doing really well in Split 2, and he's finally built up enough of the score to be contesting in the Top Split here, so very interested to see how he goes as the qualifier gets underway.
Yeah, that's definitely good to see. Tate's got some speed last season, regularly mixing it up with the top boys.
Yeah, that Top Split is becoming even more and more difficult to be a part of, so it's definitely an achievement to get up there with some of the new guys that we've got coming through.
Yeah, and boy are there some fast guys in the league now.
Absolutely. We've got to also fix a Chris to worry about next season when he's... if he can be regular in Top Split.
While we're on the hour-up, I think this might be a good time to have a look at some of the liveries. So we've got retro liveries coming in this round. Nice to see people mix it up a bit and get a bit creative and pay some tributes back to some popular liveries from back in the day. So first up, leading the way around, Dale Teeks, repping the old-school Caltex livery. Apex in the, I believe that was a Chris Pither livery, Super Black Racing from a couple of years ago, obviously repping his New Zealand heritage there. Squiddy repping that HRT line. I'm not actually too familiar with that livery.
I think that might be mid-90s HRT, I'm not sure whose it is, but I remember seeing that on the, oh gosh, it might have been like the Walkinshaw.
Yeah, that does look familiar now. I reckon you're on the money there. Zoo repping his classic Repsol. Repsol very profound in motorsport. Tate's got the Garth Tander number 2 special by the looks of that. Proper modern day HRT livery.
Probably one of my favourites in the field there.
Yeah, very well executed as well. Not sure if he's done that or downloaded it, but that looks like an absolute bang-on replica. Adam V, hard to miss that bright pink machine there with congratulations, Stefko. Believe there's a bit of a story behind that one, Dragon.
Yeah, so I believe Stefko's just found out that he's got a baby girl on the way. And as Adam shows in the pictures on the side of his livery, man plus woman plus Milo equals baby, if anyone was curious about the circle of life.
Yep. Kazadro in the Greg Murphy Lap of the Gods car. We know he's got some speed. Can he put in a Lap of the Gods for himself today? To
really trying to draw from that one for his quality here.
Yeah, now I can't actually remember where Pure Axle's livery is from. I'm thinking possibly an Apple just because of the rainbow effect, but someone in the comments may be able to fill in the blanks there to help us out. Low side repping the classic Castrol. Looks like the old Celikas from the WRC days. Suit Lad, my favourite livery of the field, the Big Kev Cameron McConville special. I absolutely loved that livery and those commercials from back in the day. So well done there from Suit Lad. I haven't seen Ando in the practice yet. I think he's got the Greens Tough livery. I can't get a good look at that yet.
Yeah, hopefully we get a nice panning shot here. Yep.
Yeah, I just assumed it was because it was green, but yep, that's iconic Bathurst livery there. Yep. Tombo, the chrome and red Vodafone livery. Love that. Very special for Lounsey. And back on the Lounsey train is Off Your Show Man, the Better Electrical. That livery looks fantastic on those BA Falcons in the mid-2000s.
I believe I saw him say that was the 06 winner livery, the one he was inspired by for that one. So a couple of guys really going out there trying to draw from the power of some of these liveries to put a good quality in or get a good result out of tonight.
Oh yeah, and it is going to look great. So up the front we got Apex now, so he's got around Dale in some way or another. Maybe an incident from Dale, maybe Dale let him go to get some slip. The Apex will be the first one to come across the line with a flyer. What are you expecting to see time-wise for first lap here?
Definitely expecting to see some mid to low 210s, and I think we could see a 209 come out. Would be an absolutely rapid lap, but I think it's definitely possible with the likes of who we've got here in the lobby.
Yeah, it looks like there's a little bit of a slipstream train forming. Tate behind Adam, that's going to be a beautiful position to be in. As Adam just runs a bit wide. Low 10, great start from Apex.
And 10-3 out of Adam. Couple of high 10s, couple of 17s, some mistakes being made by a couple of drivers. 11-1 out of Pure Axle, 11-2 out of the captain, 11-1 out of Suit Lad, so 11-1 out of Ando.
This is a tight field. This is going to be a very tight qualifying session.
And it's Showman with an 11-7, so a lot of guys in the 11s here. A few of them able to dip into the 10s for some incredible pace, but...
Yeah, that is fast. So Apex with a beautiful banker. He's done a 10-2. He is not going to leave anything on the table for this lap. But Adam only a 10th behind, and we know he's got the pace to close that up. So these boys are going to be feeling the pressure and need to put every millimetre of that wheel in the right spot for this lap.
Adam looks to be almost pushing Zuzu through this lap as well, so hopefully that doesn't hinder his time, but he is right on the rear bumper of that Repsol 86 there.
Oh yeah, that's definitely going to be holding him up through this section. Although he is up, he is purple, and he will have a toe down the Conrod straight, unlike Apex.
Yeah, so these three are definitely ones to watch. Zoo, Adam, and Tate just hanging on to the whispers of that slipstream as they come down through Forest Salvo here.
Yeah, Tate's going to be on a flyer.
Zoo looks to have pulled out of his lap.
He just got a bit loose on that exit, so Adam V went around the outside.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for Adam, losing the slipstream right as they come through to Conrod. I think Tate's just dropped out of it a little bit as well.
Yeah, so Adam's just gone down by less than a 10th. He can make it all up at the last corner. I have seen some purple sectors roll through from a couple people, though. This is an exciting quality session.
Apex here as he comes through the final corner to set his lap and see what kind of time he can pull out here. 206,
Leaving
207,
nothing
08.
left on the track there.
And 2 improves.
Dale up
with an
into
11
fifth.
flat. KZ 10.5, Tate with a 10.8, Squid with a 10.9, all the guys throwing everything at it here. Pure Axel 10.4.
Yeah, so Adam doesn't manage to get Apex, but he will start on the front row. Pure Axel squeezes his way up into third, starting from the second row next to Kazadro so far. No, Tombo third!
10.3.
Wow.
Maybe Tombo wasn't counting all his chickens. He does have some serious pace here.
Yeah, unfortunately for him, Adam and Apex just put in an absolute cracker of a lap, but man, the whole field separated by just 1.2 seconds. That's an awesome effort by these guys, but I would expect nothing less out of them.
Yeah, around an over 2 minute lap, that isn't a lot of time, and these races are short. So expect to see the field quite compressed.
Alright, is there anyone in particular you want to keep your eye on off the start here for now?
I think if we jump back onto the third row, so Tate or Kazadro, be a nice way to view the first corner.
Definitely agree with you there. Everyone bouncing off the limiter, getting ready, and away they go.
Everyone away nicely, very uniform starts, no one false starting it.
So we all come 2 by 2 through Hell Corner here. Tate gets left
well
on the
done.
outside there, and KZ is going to take the spot off him, but everyone's filing into the line of stern here.
Yeah, well managed through turn one there. Few wheels on the dirt, but you expect that when the guys are pushing the limits here. Adam under immense pressure. He's got a train of cars behind him glued to his bar at the moment.
Yeah, as everyone comes through Griffins.
Not
Pure
sure
Axel
if-
joins him out
Adam's
there,
wide
and here
as
comes
well.
the chaos.
Oh, wow, that was intense.
Look at how many cars are trying to go through here. They're 3 wide coming through. Squiddy's got fed out into the wall. They're 2 wide coming up through the cutting. I believe I saw Tate in the wall there as well, unfortunately.
Yeah, Tate got hung out to dry there.
After such a uniform start through turn 1, it all came to a boil through turn 2. But
Yeah,
looks like everyone's sorted themselves out now, and Tombo, the big winner, chasing away Adam at the front of the pack.
Yeah, and on the other side of that coin, Kazadro, the big loser, he's gone from 5th down to 8th just through that series of corners. So Apex finds himself down in 3rd with a bit of a gap to Tombo now. He's got 6.5 laps to make up 2.7 seconds. He's got no slip to help him out, and Tombo is trying to hang on to the back Adam to keep that slip.
Yep. So I'm having a little bit of technical issues here, but try and carry on. I can't see any of the gaps between the drivers. Looks like Squiddy's hanging on to the back of Tate here for 6th place, though, deep in that slipstream range.
Actually, Squiddy's
Could
going to be one to
getting a
watch.
nice run here.
This is one of
Yeah.
Squiddy's favourite tracks, so he's expect some good things from Squidly tonight.
Squiddy always performs well at the tracks he loves. And not doing a bad job there in 6th. Seeing the leaders still, it's going to motivate him to move forwards.
And Adam has well and truly broken away from Tombo here as well.
Yeah, so there's no slipstream benefits for Tombo there. It's a 1.4 second gap now, as Apex has clawed the gap down to 0.6 on Tombo. So well within the draft. Pure Axel has been unsuccessful in hanging on to the back of Apex as well.
Yeah, Pure Axel does still have Tate for company with Squiddy close behind, though, so he's not able to do the same as what Apex has done to him.
Zoo pulls out for a move on Kazadro into turn 2. He makes it stick.
Absolute wild man is Zoo. Feeling the inspiration, thinking we're here in MotoGP. Not the case, but he's still going to absolutely send it like the boys do there.
So Apex right on the back of Tombo now, across the top of the mountain. The car's separated by less than a cigarette paper. Not a lot of places to get the move done until Forest Elbow though, unless you're ballsy.
Yeah, if someone's going to try going side by side through Skyline there, I'm going to have to give him a trophy of some sort for having the biggest balls in the league, because that's not something that you're going to see happen often.
Oh, some people may be familiar with that David versus Goliath battle with the Civic in the 86 around Bathurst, Jordan Cox and Chris Brown.
Yeah, back in the improved production, when improved production were running support for the supercars, that was some great racing there.
Yeah, for the 12 hour, I think that one was.
Yeah, there you go.
Squiddy's getting a bit of a run here on low side.
Yeah, with Dale close behind him as well, so he might lose his chance at a move here if he's not quick enough to pull out.
Oh, did we miss what happened to Squidley there? He was sitting comfortable in 6th, and now he's back in 8th.
Ah, yeah.
So Zoo finds himself up another spot, and not too far away from Tate. So Zoo is on an absolute charge, and he's bringing low side with him.
Yeah, another thing to take into account when, in terms of Tate, he is on a controller and has much worse tyre wear than a majority of the field, as does Tombo. Tombo manages his tyres really well, but Tate's really suffer towards the end of the race.
Apex has dropped off the back of Tombo as well, so yeah, Tombo is showing some great pace. It will be interesting to see how he goes in the later laps, and especially the long race at the end. But Pure Axel just not able to find the pace of the top 3 here, and he's just dropping back a bit over a second a lap. Adam's doing it easy out front.
Pure Axel's put in about 3 hours of practice for this one, so about 2.5 hours more than we would normally see from him, but he was saying he's really struggling finding that pace around here to match these top guys, so to be sitting in 4th for him is still pretty good for now at least.
Yeah, and he will be learning as he goes, and he'll only get faster as the night progresses.
Yeah, which is the scary part, especially being 3 races. We always see him come through and finish strong in race 3, so...
Yeah, especially with reverse grid, he will actually be starting in front of his main competitors, so that's going to be a significant advantage here at Bathurst.
There's a lot of action from around 7th back. Around low side, bit of a train happening there.
Yeah, Zoo trying to close that gap to Tate.
Yeah, which he's doing well. He's got it down to 8 tenths now, so made up half a second this lap alone. Low side still hanging right in with Zoo.
Looks like Dale's dropped off the back of this a little bit too. We saw Dale right on the rear bumper of Squiddy last time around as they were double slipstreaming the captain, but not to be. Lost an entire second through that lap.
Yeah, poor old Suit Lad's lost more than a second. He must have had it off somewhere.
So the captain tried to go around the outside of Zoo there through the chase. Nothing happening, and they slot back in. Looks like captain's going defensive against Squiddy now as well. Squiddy looking around the outside, coming through onto the start-finish straight as well. So some ballsy moves being attempted here, but it's very tough to pull off.
Yeah, plenty of respect being shown as well. The driver's given everyone enough space, but no more than they need.
Yeah, you can have about a car's width and probably 2 or 3 inches extra, and that's all I'm going to give you. That fighting's definitely given Tate a bit more breathing room as well.
It's kind of surprising seeing Ando back in 11th. I think I dropped 8K
Ando's
on
usually, oh, jeez. Ando's usually towards the pointy end of the field, or at least the top end of the mid-pack, but he's still hanging out there. He's still not too far off of this massive battle pack we've got forming here, but... Yeah,
from Zoo, check it, from Zoo back... From 6th back to like 8th.
Oh, we've got a penalty. Squidley has managed to pick himself up a half-second penalty.
Bad luck, man.
That must have been around turn 3, possibly. I can't see where else he would have had one.
I think Squidley's going to have to hold this penalty until they come down to Conrod. I don't think there's anywhere safe that he can burn this penalty across the top of the mountain.
Absolutely.
And that means he's going to lose out to Dale, KZ, and possibly Ando and Showman as well towards the tail end of Conrod.
Yeah, half a second on a straight is not what you want. And he finds the wall there. That's not going to help. So he's suffering now. He's dropped off low side.
Is that KZ? Yeah.
And Dale going at it.
Dale with a little bit of slipstream help from Squiddy. Squiddy deciding not to burn that penalty, so thinking maybe he was shoved out a little wide, possibly. But that, in the end, helping Dale hold that spot from KZ. It's like just having a quick look up to the top of the field there. Tombo and Apex separated by just 2 tenths as they come through Murray's.
Yeah, so Apex unable to find a way around Tombo so far, but it looks like they've been trying, because Piraxel is slowly reeling them back in. Made up a couple of tenths on that lap, and with a couple of laps to go, he may be able to reel in enough tenths to get some slip and bring himself into this battle for second.
Yeah, if Apex is going to make a move, this is probably his best chance. He's got a really, really nice overspeed as they come over the rise here. Tombo moving defensive as well. See that gap to less than half a tenth as he looks around the outside.
Not quite going to happen.
Is he able to hang it in there?
Oh, maybe.
He's still alongside. They are still alongside. Oh, Tombo gets a little bit of a tap on the door there. Turned in a little early, and Apex is going to make the move around the outside into the cutting.
And Pirax is right in there now.
Yeah, speaking of outside moves, I just saw Dale hang it around the outside of Squidley at turn 2. That was a beautiful move to hang it around the outside for that corner.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, that's worth a replay. That was a fantastic move there from Dale. Squidley's still carrying that penalty, unluckily.
We missed it. Sorry, boys.
I will jump back up to the battle for second. This is where it's kicking off. Apex has managed to get around Tombo. Piraxel is now on the back. It is anyone's race for second now, but Adam...
Oh, Tombo!
Oh, he jumps on the picks and just gets that thing pulled up.
That could put him under threat from Piraxel here. He does have a bit of slipstream assistance from Apex, but he's definitely compromised his exit through there. And while he's looked after his tyres really well, they're definitely worse than the guys around him.
Yeah, Piraxel, great on his tyres. Very smooth inputs from Pure. Always looks after his tyres, and great on fuel as well when the fuel races count. So maybe Tombo's starting to suffer from the tyres now, or maybe a bit of pressure from Apex, but still fantastic to be up in third.
Yeah, don't know how long he's going to be able to hold that third for. Piraxel looking very aggressive right behind him. I saw him showing the nose coming into Murray's. Here he goes, swings out to the inside, coming into Hell Corner.
He's got a little bit of an overlap, and he breaks late enough to get the move done. Nice and clean from Pure.
Cleared him before the apex of the corner beautifully there. Tombo tries to pull out to get another go back at him. I don't think he's close enough to get any slipstream from Apex, so it's just a straight up drag race coming into Griffins.
Yeah, Piraxel going to have the inside line here. It's going to be a hard ask from Tombo to try and hang that around. No, he slips in the back to meet the apex, tries to get a good run up to turn 3. Another hard place to pass.
Yep, sometimes you just got to slip it in the back and accept that's where it's going to go. But Tombo's still sticking with him nicely here. Tombo definitely keeping himself within striking distance here. He's really got to do so as they come across the top of the mountain to have a shot at taking that spot back down on Conrad.
Yeah, so these two locked horn for horn in a battle now. Apex has been given second place on a silver platter. Third still to be decided. Tombo looks racy. He wants to get past.
Yeah, I don't think he could be much closer coming through Skyline there. He had to jump on the brakes a little harder than I think he would have liked to and gave about 2 tenths away there, but still right with him. Looking up the inside into Forest Elbow again.
Wow, Tombo very keen into Forest Elbow lap after lap. Is that where we're going to see the move next race? Next lap, sorry.
Well, he's got one more chance to do it, so if it's where he wants to do it, that's probably going to be it. That gap down to 2 tenths as we come under the Fuso sign and through to the kink.
Just a quick update from the back. Low side has managed to get around Zoo as well, and Squiddy's going defensive on Dale, trying to keep that 8th.
Yeah, Tate, really, he had a fair bit of breathing room in that 5th place for a while there, but the captain's made up about a second last time around. Lap 5 for the captain being an 11.4 and it being a 12.6 for Tate, so that controller tyre wear really starting to hurt him, but if he just loses a spot to captain, I don't think he'll come under threat from Zoo, who's 1.2 behind him. But that's pretty tough to stay on the last lap of the race.
Yeah, we got battles all over the place. Don't know where to look.
Well, they're side by side for third here coming into turn 2. Pure Axel heavily defensive. Tombo's going to be perfectly alongside and again just tucks in behind.
But he's got a little bit of an overlap here by the looks. He's holding Pure Axel narrow. No, he's just going to slot in behind. Put that pressure on Pure Axel to maybe break late or miss a mark.
Absolutely pushing the pressure on.
Not a lot of opportunity to find a way around along the mountain, so Tombo's job now is just to hang as close as he can to Pure. We know he loves the move down at Forest Elbow, so if he can get close enough, he might be able to make that one stick. Just park it up on the apex and stop Pure Axel from hitting it.
With how close he is here, within a 10th coming through Skyline, he is right there with him. He needs a good exit through the dipper here.
Oh, he gets a little bit loose in the rear. But Tombo is closing. That closing speed is great.
He had a look. He showed his nose, maybe hoping he could fake out Pure Axel. Pure Axel was not buying anything Tombo was selling there.
No, the 4/10 gap now. I'm not sure that's small enough to make up in the slip. Lowside has managed to get around Tate as well, quite comfortably by the looks. He's already pulled out half a second. So Tate now under fire from Zoo in the clothing stage of this lap, but poor old Adam's had a very lonely race. Well, not poor old Adam, he's winning, but he's had a very uneventful race. He rounds Murray's corner now, and Adam is going to take the checkered flag for race 1, followed by Apex Humper. Pure Axel managing to keep Tombo back for third.
Hell of a fight between those two.
Absolutely. And Zoo not being able to find a way around Tate in the final few corners.
Yeah, so the big surprise there, Ando in 12th. I was expecting a lot more out of Ando, but maybe we can see him shine a little bit more in the reverse grid race here. And Suitlad really struggling, coming across the line 12.5 seconds behind Ando for 13th place.
Yeah, so poor old Suitlad had an off somewhere by the looks of it to lose 12 seconds. But we know he's got some pace, so he starts from pole. Next one. See what he can do.
You know what? My 8K might be safe with Ando starting in second place for this next one.
Oh, you just need any podium?
Yeah. So that's a good thing about the sprint rounds.
Oh, so this may have been premeditated, you're saying? Are you confessing on stream?
Oh, no, I thought...
I think there's been some collusion here.
Literally thought he was... he was ranked 5th in this lobby, so I thought there's some pretty decent odds for him to get a podium.
Yeah, I think he's always the chance at a podium. It's just whether he puts it together. I think he got shuffled to the back of the field early, had a rough quali, and couldn't really make anything happen from there. But
yeah, it's a hard track for quali, especially when you're not one of the first cars out of the pits, because you want some slip. Slipstream is very important in the underpowered cars. But you also need to be close enough to get that slip, which means if anyone makes a mistake across the top, you are going to get held up. And with only 2 laps in a 5-minute quali session, possibly we didn't see everyone's true pace. And it may come out now in these next 2 races. Obviously, half the lap is very hard to pass, so these the back markers have a lot of work to do.
yeah, definitely. Ando's going to be in for a really good chance at that podium here, or a race win, if not better. We saw Showman have similar pace to Ando there, and in the end they were only 14 seconds off Adam, who was 4 seconds clear of the field, so 10 seconds off of second place. They were right in the mix, they're just at the back of the train, unfortunately. And Suitlad's starting on pole as well after a rough race, so...
Yeah, so a bit of role reversal now. It's going to be a cracker, I can tell already.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm definitely looking forward to race 3 as well as we go into the night time for that one. But we'll have to,
fantastic viewing at night.
Absolutely. We won't get to admire as many of the liveries as much, maybe a couple of the bright ones, but the racing is it just turns that up. It turns it up another notch in the dial and makes it so much better. Trickier to spot all your braking markers and your turn-in points as well if you're not very familiar and you've put in the time.
Yeah, definitely a track that rewards rhythm. And it seems like Adam has definitely got that on lockdown. So watch for Adam to be hard charging through the field. He is going to have everyone to pass.
Yeah, that's proven very difficult in the race 2 and the 86s. Sorry, just reading through the chat there, they're having some problems with the lights, so that usually leads to a grid glitch or a pit glitch later on, so hopefully we don't have to deal with that, but yeah, it's proven very difficult throughout the season to be able to move all the way through the field in race 2, but we've seen it happen in race 3 fairly easily with it being twice as long.
Yeah, so race 2 definitely a recipe for a spicy 7 laps.
Just got the escapes up this week with everyone's liveries, so it's looking awesome. Some of the work people have done this week.
Yeah, some beautiful liveries came out of this. So we, for anyone that doesn't know, we waived the livery restrictions that we have throughout the season for this round, so everyone can run their own custom one. A lot of guys choosing to go V8 Supercars themed. A couple just choosing to go ones that they like. I know Das Patron in Split 2 had a Ridge Racer from the old PS1 theme livery, so love to see it. Plenty of creativity coming out of it.
There shouldn't be too long till we get underway. So thank you everyone for joining us, tuning into the live stream, whether it's live or watching it back after once it's uploaded to YouTube.
Yeah, big thank you to everyone watching, taking the time out of their Sunday night to join us here, or maybe even their Monday morning at work. I know a couple of guys will watch it back as they're working, so to speak, but race 2 getting underway shortly.
Don't forget to chuck the stream a like.
And here we go. Yeah, it's a shame you couldn't be here, Stefko. I'm sure you would have loved fighting around Bathurst with these guys, as we've seen some close battles with you and KZ and Showman and the likes throughout the season as well.
Alright, come on in.
Definitely not a little bias in this one, are you? Fine moves as we see them all roll off the line nicely. See if we can get through turn 1 as clean as last time. Ooh, I've seen a couple of bumps throughout the field, but looks like most have got through clean.
Oh, Adam getting a bit towel happy right at the back there. That's going to hurt his run.
Yep, looks like Zoo and the captain are side by side as well.
So Tombo, the big winner through turn 1 there, he's found himself up 2 or 3 spots into 8th, so he's
nice
left
work.
the previous top 3 behind.
Yep, and now he's right behind his fellow controller user of Tate.
Yeah, he's going to want to put Tate behind him as quickly as possible if he wants to keep the top 3 back.
Oh, Squiddy!
Oh.
Oh my goodness, Squiddy just dipping a tyre onto the dirty stuff on the outside there and drifting his way in. Oh, Squiddy and Dale going side by side up by the tree. And Dale is going to take that spot. They're staying side by side down the mountain here through the grate as Dale takes that spot. Great driving, great respect from both. And Showman trying to stick it up the inside of McPhillamy.
Oh, that's not going to work. Oh, we do have 2 wide coming through Skyline. They managed to sort themselves into a position to pull it up for the S's, though.
Whoever that was needs to remember there's another 6 laps to go. My goodness, some reverse grid chaos as we expect to see here. And the big beneficiary from all that, Ando checked out at the front already, 1.4 second gap now.
Yeah, and Adam's still at the rear of the grid. Apex has managed to find his way past Pure, but we are 3/4 of the way through lap 1, and they have not managed to start making their way through the field yet. Tombo right on the back of Kazadro though. Tombo's been looking racy. He keeps it on the inside. Not going to be able to get it.
Something's happened there because Tombo was right behind Tate. As they came
Kazadro had a big moment around turn 3 on the exit. So Tate managed to find his way past.
Now, I will say Adam's definitely going to be one to keep an eye on, because I've said it a couple of times, in the reverse grid race, he seems to not go very far in the first half, and then just somehow miraculously climbs up the field towards the end of it, as Zoo has taken some time to practice his rallying and dipping 2 tyres in the dirt out of Hell Corner.
Yeah, so Zoo may be playing Dirt Rally instead of GT Sport. Looks
Taking
like
Showman in 5th here.
Oh, Dale and Squid too. Dale and Suitlad. That was intense. Dale got up into 2nd.
Yeah, Dale is making a charge right now. So he's made his way past Squid and Suitlad already, and dropped Tate off into the distance. But Ando, 2.6 out.
Well, yeah, that's a relief.
Yeah, it is. It's looking racy everywhere. Apex did manage to find his way past Zoo. So Apex beginning his charge now. He's got to close up 0.7 of a second to low side. Tombo manages to get past Kazadro up into P7 now. Tate manages to get up past Showman into P5. So both of these guys moving through the field at a rate of knots.
Yep, definitely making their way through the field a lot quicker than some others, and for Tombo it's definitely something crucial for him to do early on with the worst tyre wear that we do see out of him.
Yeah, same for Tate, so Tate not looking to hang around. Looks like he's may just be within the slipstream of Squiddy. No, he's just out of it by the looks of it, 7/10.
Yeah, he's just on the whispers of it, but that's not enough to hang on to the slip when Squiddy's got some as well.
Kazadro, Tombo side by side. Tombo defensive on the inside. Kazadro trying to hang it round. They touch a little bit. Tombo's still going to have the inside. Low side looking to make it 3 wide.
Apex humper.
Apex wants a piece of this pie as well.
They're going 2 by 2.
Tombo will have the inside for a double left. Kazadro running some wheels on the dirt. Apex just decides to bide his time and wait to see what happens.
As Tombo and KZ slot back in now, Apex up the inside of the captain. Looking to take that 9th spot off him. Captain's out in the dirt.
Oh, rejoins into the side of Pure Axel. This is chaos at the back.
Captain's going to lose out massive here. He's going to be in dead last place as that train of cars flies on past. Like we're watching NASCAR here, you pull out of that slipstream train and away you fall.
Yeah,
I think I see Tombo side by side again up ahead with KZ. He was, so KZ looking around the outside there as well.
Yeah, those guys, Tombo and KZ, losing some time to Showman in front. 1.7 seconds now.
Pure Axel got ahead of Apex down that straight.
Oh wow, Pure Axel making a move between turn 2 and 3. That is amazing to get it to stick through there.
Yeah, now he's leading that train of cars who we saw at the front of the field for our race 1. And that's going to put him in a really good spot, but they've got a fair amount of time that they really have to make up here to get past KZ, Tombo, and join that back of the pack that at the rear bumper of Showman.
Yeah, we know from history tells us Pure Axel is not one to sit behind. If a move presents itself as an opportunity, he will take it, and if it doesn't, he will make an opportunity. Pure Axel
He's
not
the most
happy to sit
patient guy I
behind
know.
people.
I don't know what you mean there. Pure Axel definitely one I feel that is inspired by that Senna quote that gets sent around a fair bit on GT.
Certainly.
You never go for that space. You're no longer a racing driver. So he's definitely part of that send it mentality.
It's like they used to say back in the day: a route you turn down is one you'll never get. And Pure Axel treats the same logic for positions in a race.
Checking back in with Ando at the front of the field. That gap down to 1.8 seconds now. So he's lost about half a second that lap to Dale, and Dale is leading Squiddy and Suitlat around, trying to chase that down. So that bet might not be as secure as you thought it was there, Fine Moves, as these guys are starting to close that gap.
Yeah, well, it's good to see Squidly, man, up in the top 3.
Yeah, we did see Squiddy come out as a Bathurst specialist as well back in, was it season 5 or 6 when he was part of Team BMW, really established himself as a top split driver.
Yeah, Squidly managed to wrestle that BMW around here at a very impressive pace.
Oh, wait. Pure Axel's looking up the inside of Apex got back in front, did he?
Oh, Apex. Yeah.
And
gives him a bit of wall.
Wide. They're going to try and go too wide. Who's going to yield? I don't think any of them want to.
None of them are yielding. There's no chance. As we're going to see him come side by side down the hill now as well, through the grate.
Oh, they're touched.
Here they go. Apex with a bit of wall. They're staying side by side through McPhillamy here as well.
Great.
Oh! That is
and
insane.
Apex takes the spot.
Oh, man.
Wow.
Oh, Zuzu's wild behind them. Keeps low side out of the picture for a while. Oh.
I was holding my breath a little bit there. That was insane driving from those two. Oh, Ando's had to serve a massive penalty there.
No.
And
Ando drops down to P4, P5.
Shit.
Possibly going to come under fire from Tate before the chase as well. But while all that action unfolded, we missed Adam. He's 3 seconds off of 12th, down in last again.
Ooh. So something big's happened there for Adam.
Yes, not sure there. I just saw a lone blue triangle making its way around the map, and I wondered who it was.
But boys, we got Dale up in first position. He came so close to winning that race out at St. Croix. And, yeah, man, this could be it. This could be his first win in Top Split.
Good old Sainty Croix.
Old mate, Saint Croissant, we love it.
Yeah, but he's got a hard-charging Squiddy behind him, and Squiddy is going to want a Top Split win. I'm not sure that he's had one either.
They're both going to want it, yeah.
And Bathurst being strong for Squid, he's going to want to make it happen here. It'll be a memorable one for him.
Absolutely, definitely a massive opportunity for these two. Even Suitlad if he can join in on the fight. But Squiddy now riding onto that rear bumper of Dale as we come through turn 2. And I just had a quick look at what happened to Ando. So he picked up a 1.5 second penalty at some point across the top of the mountain and had to burn it at the start of Conrod.
Yeah,
so
that's
from
very
first down to
unfortunate.
6th he went.
Something happened to Zoo as well. He's dropped behind Adam, and Adam's still roughly 3 seconds off the back of Low Side, who's now 2 seconds off of Pure. So Low Side dropped all the way off that battle, but Pure and Apex still separated by not much as they found their way up to Kazadro finally. Again, after that chaotic run across
side by
the
side
top.
for half a lap. That was insane. That was beautiful driving from both of those guys. Oh! A little bit of lag out of Ando there. I saw him squeeze into the wall by Tombo and then he wasn't, so had me a little concerned, but the Shake and Bake boys reunited on track now in 6th and 7th and trying to hang on to the back of Tate.
So from 4th to 10th, separated by only 2 seconds at the moment.
Dale. It's battle for first,
side by
boys.
side into the chase. Here we go. Dale's gone defensive.
Oh, they touch!
He's giving him a bit of door.
Oh, no.
Watch the rejoin here. Squiddy's going to lose out the suit lad here as well.
Oh, man.
Oh, that's going to be a tough one to decide, possibly for the stewards. Dale and Squiddy finding the side of each other's car through the chase. Dale looking to redress, maybe?
He is
just
redressing,
pulls out.
he
I
is,
think
yeah.
so, yeah.
So
And that's
Dale,
going to put him way back in the pack. Here comes Showman and the rest of the field, so... Yeah,
So-
wow.
Suit lad, on the back of that car, you can see the words, I'm excited, and you can bet your bottom dollar that he is excited to be leading this race around Bathurst right now. He's
And
got
I'm sure
himself
you're
a-
excited to see that livery leading the race here too. Big Kev doing it
I
at
am.
the front of the field.
Big Kev would be proud. I believe he's passed away now, I think. But he would be proud, whether alive or dead, I'm not sure.
Man, look at that from fourth backwards. This is just intense.
Yeah, so they're all separated by less than 2 seconds at the moment.
Exactly what I would expect out of our top split drivers here. That is the definition of a battle pack. Pretty much
So
the entire field part of that.
Yeah, race one we saw Adam absolutely gap the field, and Apex, he took a bit of time, but he managed to get his way into P2 and check out. But the pace not able to work for them as well in this race.
Oh, Tate, sorry.
Oh, Cazadro's
Tate.
found himself off as well through McPhillamy.
So we're seeing the pressure get to a couple of guys. Being in this train is an absolute pressure cooker as well. Worrying about your racing line, your markers, the guy ahead of you, the guy behind you, whether they're going to make a move, whether you want to make a move. There's so much going through your head, especially across the top of the mountain there.
Yeah, I'm not sure who we were on there, but Tombo tried to put the move on Ando and nearly span him. I believe they're teammates.
They are, yeah, shake and
not
make
have-
boys. So
Yeah, so Tombo always looking strong into the braking zones for Forest Elbow.
I believe I saw Tate dip a tyre on the grass. Showman's up the inside, which turns to the outside as we see him braking heavily down into the chase. I think I saw Suitlight go wide as well.
Oh, I don't know
Squiddy's
where
up the inside of Suitlight at the lead here.
Yeah,
He's,
Tate's managed to
he's
get
got
around
his nose
Showman.
up the inside coming into Murray's. Squiddy has taken the race lead at the start of the final lap. Can Dale try and take this spot off of Suitlight as well? Suitlight going defensive.
Suit lad's not going to want to give up second. They try and brake late. No, Squiddy chops the nose off. And
Dale
he
takes
leads
it around
up.
the outside.
Squiddy will lead the race for the final run up Mountain Straight. Go,
And something-
Squidly!
Something crucial here, Squiddy going straight to the left-hand side of the tracks to help Suitlad, who is his teammate here, so just giving him the whispers of slipstream to try and help him hold that spot, but Dale is going to get it anyways. Very tough to hold it around the outside there. And we see that absolute train of cars monstering through turn 2 on the approach to turn 3.
Yeah, there's only half a lap now, a bit over half a lap to get the moves done, so I think we may see some desperation from some people who don't want to be stuck. You see Cazadro's error earlier let Apex through and not Pure, so Pure Axel is going to want that spot to stay as close to Apex as possible.
Yeah, Pure Axel absolutely needs good results for the rest of the season, given that's only 2 more rounds, but he is in very close contention in the battle for third with the captain. I think they're separated by 15 points on the leaderboards currently.
The important thing is to not throw it away at this round. Everyone's got to be very level-headed.
Absolutely. I'm going to keep my eye on 6th here to see if Tombo decides to have a look up the inside. He doesn't decide to go for the inside of Ando.
Oh, and he finds the inside wall. And Apex finds the back of Tombo, which is now giving
I think I
Cazadro a
saw
run on
KZ
Apex.
on the dirt.
Yeah, Cazadro got a great exit. Purax will try to find a way through as well.
KZ's just been hung out to dry here. That whole train coming through him as they slipstream on by. Apex pulling over to try and give KZ a bit of slip. As we go 2 by 2.
Oh,
KZ's on the dirt! KZ's on the dirt!
He's got to pull it up.
Oh, who's he sent? Who did he hit? Who did he hit?
Tombo. Looks like he hit
Oh,
Tombo.
he's
Tombo
absolutely
was
sent
off.
Tombo. Here comes Adam to take that spot off of Tombo as well.
Boys,
Oh, wow.
Squiddy has taken the race victory. Dale
Well
in
done.
second, Suitlad third. Wow. And across the line, they're 3 wide across the line.
Oh, So Pure Axel.
Oh my god!
Wow, Pure Axel managing to get up to 6th from starting the last lap in 10th.
Wow.
That is insane.
The captain got the spot over Apex by 4 thousandths of a second.
Yeah, that is absolutely incredible racing there from the guys. That was a action-packed 7 laps. But Squidly kept cool even after having that little bit of contact with Dale and managed to drive across the line first, getting what I believe to be his first top split win. So well done, Squidly. That is sensational.
Massive congrats to Squidly there and Dale on a second, and just a bit of a round of applause for Dale for having the sportsmanship to redress that position and give Squidly the chance to fight for that race lead.
Yeah, that is fantastic from Dale. I believe they, at least back when I was, they were both stewards as well, so they know the rules. They'll know what a bad move is, so...
Yep.
That
you know the rules, and so do I.
Yeah, but Dale's still managing to get second, so great result for him and the team there. Suit lad in that beautiful livery. Yeah, Tombo.
Who did that?
Tombo has a right not to be happy. He was just an innocent bystander then, and unfortunately, Kazadro was a passenger in his own car.
Yeah, just I don't know how he ended out on the grass there. If there was a little bit of assistance, or if he just tried to leave too much room, but man, I feel like that's lucky that he only hit Tombo and didn't take out that whole pack of 4 cars as they came through.
That is very lucky. That reminds me of the is it Kelly in the Phillip Island crash where he come back across the field and absolutely cleaned up one of the cars.
I do remember seeing that. Yeah, that's but
lucky we are in sim racing world though.
Yeah, Tombo might have ended up in a wheelchair after that crash if we weren't in sim racing. I've given it Tombo a fair bit over the last couple streams. I'm sorry, mate, but I see the chance and I take it. But we got 3 minutes to calm down after that very, very hot ending, and to move into the nighttime, which will be very, very, very interesting and just amazing sights to see. Also, where most of the strategy comes into our sprint rounds here, as we see the majority of the field on medium tyres, assuming the only guys that are going to be on softs are going to be starting right at the front.
Yeah, so tyre strategy now coming into play is going to open up a massive opportunity for people to capitalise instead of having to make the move into a corner or down a straight. They can now do some passing in the pit lane if they're smart about their strategy and make the decisions at the right time.
Absolutely, and if the split 2 race is anything to go by, I think we saw Corbin, who's on controller, pit at the end of lap 7 and do a 7 and 6 split with the higher tyre wear, so we could see something like that come out of the likes of Tate and Tombo, but I feel like the rest of the field will see maybe 4 laps on the mediums and a longer run on the softs. Some beautiful visions as we see some of the cars come up across the top of the mountain here. Seeing a crowd in the stands, you see a nice view of Bathurst if you get on the right camera as they come through McPhillamy. It's a nice, beautiful aerial shot of the town down the side of the mountain. Don't talk to me about low-hanging fruit, Spence. How many of your teammates got taken out by one of your teammates in the Split 2 race? Just curious. The Milo boys, honestly, there's 3 things guaranteed: death, taxes, and the Milo boys crashing into each other. And they did not disappoint this round either.
I've missed a good part of the season there, so I'm getting filled in live at the moment.
Oh yeah, the Sunday casuals definitely enjoy a little bit of bump and grind with each other.
And that's before they get on the simulators.
Yeah, and then they do it on track as well, so...
Which leads us into Footner's Fun Facts.
I have none prepared.
All good. We'll have to bring that back.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not free a lot of Sundays. Well, that's a lie. Quite often I end up free on a Sunday, but I just don't know before the RSVPs close. And a couple of laps this week was a massive wake-up call as to how much my pace has been affected by my time away. So I'm not sure that you will see me back in a hurry. I'll have to work back into it. But it is on my to-do list at some point when I can commit some Sundays again.
Yeah, well, at the very least, it's a pleasure to have you back here in the comms box. It's always fun. And I believe I did my first comms stream with you as the main commentator, so how the times have changed now.
Ah, yes. It's always a pleasure commentating with you. Your insight to racing is definitely a massive plus.
It's definitely something. As we wait for the lights to go out here, all the cars bouncing off the limiter.
Yeah, so Tombo getting taken out, it has gifted him pole for the long race, which he isn't going to be too upset with, I don't think. He's got the pace to win from the box seat here, but Adam having a terrible race, starting P3, is a huge bonus for him.
Absolutely, definitely a dangerous one to keep an eye on. KZ had a bit of a shocker in race 2 as well, so himself, even Apex in 5th, are all in a really good spot. And I think I see Tate already side by side with someone in 8th.
With someone with a pair of headlights.
Showman there, yeah, definitely. It's about all we can see here. A couple of guys going the yellow headlights, but it's about the only distinguishing feature we can see from some of the TV cams. So if we see the yellow headlights, we know Zoo's somewhere.
I'm surprised the Showman hasn't done that with the better electrical car. I believe they always used to run the yellow lights.
Yeah. I think he said that was a bit of a last-minute job, so maybe forgetting the finer details, but nonetheless...
he's done a fantastic job to knock that up in a short amount of time then.
He most definitely has. And it looks like our winners from the last race, Squidly and Suitlad, are just settling in at the back of the pack. Not really anywhere for them to go at this point. You just want to really settle in. Something interesting, Showman in 8th place on soft tyres.
So it doesn't look like there's been too much movement through the field yet. Everyone just playing the long game, which is the smart thing to do. That being said, Pure Axel back up into 6th. So I believe he would have made up 2 or 3 positions to make that the case. So he's trying to charge as we know him for.
He's sitting right with his old mate Apex Humper as well. And I know Apex Humper's been putting a couple of things on TikTok about the battle for the fastest QE.
Massive dust clouds somewhere.
That looked awesome.
Yes, somewhere on the track from something that we can't see.
It doesn't look like anyone's lost any positions.
No, but a couple things to take note of here. Tombo, Zoo, and KZ all on the soft tyre. Adam going with the mediums, and Showman on the soft tyre in 8th. So Adam putting himself in a really, really good spot here, sticking with Zoo, but Tombo's getting himself a nice bit of breathing room. Yeah,
Tombo trying to check out, get as much time as he can while other people fight, really stretching the legs on those soft tyres, making them work for him. Hopefully he can have track position while on the mediums, and that will help him greatly. If he can hold up anyone who's running the softs behind him and stop them from using the soft benefit, that's going to be great for Tombo. So probably the right strategy, I'd say, for him.
Yeah, definitely a good choice from Tombo and Zoo starting towards the front. Same with KZ. Unfortunately for him, he's got Adam in between him and the other soft runners, but they're definitely towing along the rest of the field on mediums now, unfortunately. Showman's also made up a spot on Tate on that softer tyre.
That is always the danger. If the person with mediums can hang on to you, it's going to benefit them. They're going to be faster on the mediums than you will be. But Tombo managing to find that 1 second gap is great for him.
Yeah, and especially with how reliant this track is on Conrod and Mountain Straight. If you're on the medium tyre, you just have to hang on across the top of the mountain, and then you're in the slipstream for pretty much the entire lap. So
yeah, which is easier said than done, because the mediums are a fair bit slipperier than the soft, but definitely not impossible. And when you got the caliber of guys that we do in the top split here, it's not going to be uncommon to see that.
Zoo was just off into the dirt there. That's going to let Adam V through.
Adam getting through on that medium tyre.
Yeah, Zoo was just off into the dirt down
Oh,
that
as
straight.
Tombo grabs a chunk of dirt as well.
Throwing up a dust cloud to try and distract the guys behind him there, I'm sure. KZ up the inside of Zoo as well for third. Oh, Zoo's turned across his nose and he's drifted through the last corner there, holding on to that spot.
That's going to help Apex and Pure close up. They've got a gap back to Showman in 7th. So I'm not sure if we're going to see them work together or against each other, but Pure and Apex are charging. They know Adam is in P2 and well ahead of them. They're going to want to close that gap as fast as possible.
Yeah, he's definitely got to make the most of having two cars in between himself and his direct competitors. Zoo and KZ side by side again. And KZ looking to get it around the outside. Oh, he just see some sparks coming off the wall there.
He's still got the overlap though. He's going to have the inside.
A little bit of door banging going on as they come through the cutting. Zoo gets fed out, and there goes Pure Axel and Apex on the through, but AZ takes third place.
Apex nearly having the run on Kazadro as well, but unfortunately had nowhere to go. He's had to tuck in under that rear wing of Kazadro, and Pure Axel now tucking under Apex's wing to make it a train of 86s across the top.
Train of 86s is definitely right there, but one thing that all that fighting has done is it's given Adam 2.2 second gap, and he is reeling Tombo in already.
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting to see who runs how many laps on softs and mediums. Someone may have to switch up their original strategy plans to try something different and maybe get an overcut or something, especially Pure being on the back of Apex. Passing Apex on the track isn't going to be an easy task, so Pure may have to make a different strategy call for the pit stops.
Yeah, look, I think if you're on the medium tyre, your pit window opens this lap. I feel like you could honestly come in this lap and do 10 on the softs if you really wanted to go for an undercut. I don't think we'll see many do it, but there's definitely this is definitely the window of opportunity if they do go for that.
Yeah, well, as we've proven in the last Apex is in. So
as
Apex, what tyre was he on?
Glowing hot. He was on that medium tyre.
Yep, so he's going to run 10
fuel
laps.
remaining. Nice.
And he's going to run 10 laps on the soft, so he will get a massive undercut effect on the rest of the field, but he will have significantly worn tyres in the last few laps, but hopefully the track position benefit will help him out, because it is a very hard track to pass. Be interesting to see how this one pans out.
Squiddy also deciding to jump into the pits this time around to get off their medium tyres, so trying to make a bit of an undercut work from the rear of the field too. As Adam has made that gap to Tombo down to 1.2 seconds now as well.
Wow, so possibly an error there from Tombo. Thought he would have, he had the pace to keep that gap the same, especially with the tyre deficit, so yeah, may have missed something that happened there.
On the mediums too, that's awesome.
Yeah, Adam's pace right now is absolutely ridiculous, doing it for the Stefko family. That beautiful pink livery showing up.
Yeah, he's actually done a 2:12.1, which is insane on a medium with a full fuel load.
Yeah, so I think that was about lap 3 or 4 pace for some of the guys on the softs, so...
Yeah, so Adam is flying.
Showman, oh damn, almost getting past Zoo there. Bit of a bottleneck at that, what's that corner?
Down into the dipper.
Dipper, yeah.
Yep. One thing I will say I'm absolutely loving about this nighttime action is seeing the brake discs absolutely glowing red hot as they come down into a braking zone.
Yeah, I love that in dark motorsport. I remember when I used to go to the 12-hour, you always used to make sure you'd spectate the chase in the early dark laps so you can see the rotors glowing.
Yeah, it's something that we're going to see a fair bit of as you see everyone braking heavy down into the chase here. That dust cloud being thrown up a lot there. Definitely, it's going to be a little bit distracting if you're a driver there having dust thrown up in front of you.
Pure Axel in the pits. Adam in the pits. So Adam and Pure Axel pitting. Pure saving a little bit more fuel. That's going to help him out.
Okay, so where's Apex? He's going to be our measuring stick. It looks like a majority of the field's coming in here, and we'll definitely be able to see where Apex has gone on that undercut, see what type of outlap he's on here.
Yeah, I'll keep an eye on Pure.
Alright, Apex just coming through Murray's now.
Pure just getting the car stopped. Tyres bolted on, a little bit of fuel, still stationary.
He's done a 2:09 as his outlap has...
And he's on the way. So Pure Axel...
So here comes Apex now, but it's not been enough to jump him overall. Wow. He might be able to get the run on him into turn 2 here.
That is very impressive from Pure Axel, though. That in-lap on the mediums was enough to get...
Oh, pulled to the inside. The battle for wheel-to-wheel's fastest Kiwi continues on as Pure Axel tries to hold it around the outside, but Apex tucks it in nicely and takes that spot with the already warm, soft tyres.
So they are tired up and fueled till the end now, so this is a race on the track. And they've got 1.8 seconds up the road to Adam.
Which is quite impressive, because Adam was hanging on to the back of Tombo really well there. So to only be 1.8 seconds back is a solid effort from these guys.
Certainly. It's going to be interesting to see how this shapes up. So Pure Axel probably going to want to try to put the move on Apex at the first available opportunity, but it's only going to cost some time to Adam up the road.
Yep, so the only two people who started on the mediums that haven't switched them out yet, Tate and
Adam made a mistake! Apex is around Adam! Apex has managed to get around Adam. Adam making a costly error down the S's.
Might have to get a replay on that one there if we can find moves.
Yeah, let's jump on with Apex.
Jump on. Yep.
Here we go. All right, guys. So Apex coming down through the down the mountain. He's... Oh, you can see Adam there, almost going sideways, and yep, sneaks up the inside. Beautiful.
Yeah. And now this is a three-way battle here.
I dare say for the lead, given Tombo's controller, I actually, the fighting may help him. It's going to be very interesting to see where Tombo pops out in relation to all of this. Obviously, he was in front of Adam, and now we know Adam's had that mistake.
Yeah, we've had Tate and Ando jump into the pits off of their medium tyres as well.
And just before Apex did that, Tombo did the fastest lap of the race with a 2:12. So Tombo not slowing down yet.
But Apex absolutely flying.
Yeah,
well,
but
they're making anything happen here.
They're in a battle now. This is fantastic news for Tombo. He's not going to know this, but this is helping him out in a big way.
Yeah, so Apex, our current championship leader, our current drivers' championship leader, Adam's sitting in second, Pure Axel's in fourth. So first, second, and fourth in the overall championship, separated by less than a second here on track.
Who's
with the captain? The captain, just 6.5 seconds off of these guys. So
yep. So a bit of a big ask for captain to close that gap, but all it's going to take is a little bit of contact or a lot of fighting between these guys. So he's not out of it yet, but it is going to be a tall ask for him.
Yeah, that's a gap between KZ and Showman's come down to 3/4 of a second as well. So Showman just out of the slipstream range, but that gap's definitely closing up, and we see Loser lurking in the background as well.
I just wanted to point out as well, Pure Axel known to be quite good on fuel and tyre, so possibly just going to sit back, save a little bit of fuel, save a little bit of tyre, and charge late in the last 2 laps.
Yeah, looks like out of these three, Adam has the most fuel. He's got probably 3 litres more, I would say, than Apex, and Pure Axel's probably got maybe about 8 or 9 litres less than Adam. So he's definitely underfueled, and he's being rewarded for that right now, sitting deep in the slipstream. Just a quick check-in with Tombo, 6 seconds clear of second place.
Yeah, so Tombo's last lap was a low 12 again, a 12.2 I believe. We'll see what the Apex group is doing. So that looked like a high 11
11.8, 11.9, and 11.9. So
yeah, so Tombo not losing much time to these guys who are running on the soft with Tombo's old softs. Oh, this is shaping up to be a cracker.
Yep, somehow these guys are all just constantly attracted to each other on track, being so identical on pace, but it never gets old seeing them run around, as they're just such good racing comes out of it every time.
Unfortunately for Fine Moose there, Ando running down in P13, a couple of seconds off Suit Lad, so not sure what's happened to Ando, but maybe a week to forget for poor old Ando. Penalty really cost him in race 2 and hasn't had the best showing in race 1 and 3. But Ando's going to pick himself up, and I'm sure he'll bring the heat for the final enduro.
Absolutely. Spa in the Group 3 is going to be very exciting. Very, very exciting as when we visit that next week or in the 2 weeks' time, depending on what splits you end up in.
Yeah, so all 3 of the Apex, Adam, and Pure guys have just gone
Zoo's
purple.
got a penalty, sorry. Zoo in 4th has a 1 second penalty, and he's having to burn it on Conrad.
Oh, and 5th, 6th, and 7th have all gone purple. So they are flying as a team. They know that fighting is going to hurt them at the moment. Apex very close to Adam, close to Apex, and giving him a bump.
So burning that 1 second penalty for Zoo has cost him 4 seconds overall. Just absolutely brutal.
Pure,
and he's made a mistake in the last corner. Zoo's having a nightmare here right now.
I was just on board with Pure Axel, who absolutely had to stomp on the picks to not go into the side of Adam there through the chase.
Yeah, as we discussed earlier, Pure Axel very aggressive under brakes as well, so definitely where he makes up a lot of his time. Adam setting his fastest lap of the race there with an 11.7, Pure Axel with an 11.7, Apex setting the purple lap with an 11.5, trying to build that gap. So Apex is flying right now, even though he's on 1 lap older tyres.
Yeah, Tombo slowed down a bit as well. He's high 12s now, so 12.8. So we do expect 5th, 6th, and 7th to start slowing down eventually as tyre wear creeps in. Not by too much, but yeah, they'll likely get a couple of tenths a lap slower with the older tyre. Possibly to the point where they're actually going to be slower than fresh mediums. As we saw, Adam was doing 12.0s or 12.1s on mediums with full fuel. And Tombo's going to have to take mediums with low fuel. So Tombo very much in the box seat, I feel. It's a bit too early to call, but as long as he can punch out some consistent laps at the moment.
I think something that would be amazing to see is if Tombo managed to get out in front of these guys. Ooh! Wow! Adam making some uncharacteristic mistakes. He's got a half a second penalty as well.
Penalty, no, that's gone from bad to worse for Adam as he gets a bit taily out of the S's as well, the dipper. Serves at the full forest elbow.
That is so very smart.
Yes, great strategy there from Adam. Great call.
And that's Zoo in the distance. Zoo was 10 seconds ahead.
Tombo's in.
Wow.
Tombo's in the pits.
There. So as Tombo pits, 27.5 seconds difference.
Oh, Tombo using a lot of fuel. Tombo has drained his tank. That may hurt him. He was pushing real hard.
Oh, Pure Axel! Oh, showing his nose up the inside into the chase.
Yeah, Pure Axel's been braking a lot later and having to really pull the car up through there. Tombo's still not in his pit bay. He just pulls it up now and stops.
Coming through Murray's now, does Apex.
It's going to be a long stop for Tombo with the fuel.
Yeah,
and he's underway.
Yep, so half a tank, chuck some mediums on. Where is he?
He's just out in front, but he's not going to have the legs, I don't feel.
Oh, the other two are side by side behind him.
Oh,
so one of these guys is going to get choked out here.
Tombo's gone defensive as well. Oh, Pure Axel's actually got his nose in front of Apex at the moment as well. Tombo has kept the lead. This is amazing, although he is on mediums. Keep that in mind.
Apex having to yield that position to Pure Axel after Pure Axel got alongside and had a bit of slipstream assistance from Tombo. but now it's absolutely crucial for one of these guys to get past Tombo, and then hope that Tombo holds up the other one more.
Yeah, so Tombo has track position, which we all know is key around Mount Panorama, but Pure Axle is on the softer tyre. It is 4 to 5 laps old now.
Ooh, Zoo and Adam going side by side as well in the background, which is really unfortunate for Adam, considering Zoo hasn't made his stop yet.
I'm hoping for Tombo's sake, he's done a lot of practice on the medium and he knows where his marks are, because it's very important for him to hit every mark at the moment. Holding an angry Pure Axle on soft tyres back is... Oh, Tombo getting all sorts of crossed up into Forest Elbow. That's compromised his exit speed massively.
And Pure Axle's pulling alongside. Apex is looking to fly on by as well.
And
Apex
Pure Axle is going to take the provisional race lead, I feel.
Here comes Apex up the inside of Tombo as well. They're side by side through the kink. Late on the brakes. Apex hindered a little by Pure Axle in front. Can't brake as late as he might want to, but he does go around the outside of Tombo.
And that's just given a little bit of breathing room to Pure Axle. He's got 7 tenths on Apex now. If he can nail the next 2 corners, he's not going to give Apex any slip up the mountain.
Yep, and we've got to remember Apex is on them older tyres as well, so they might start to fall off a little bit more than Pure Axle's.
Yeah, that's definitely a good point. You should be losing roughly 1 to 3 tenths a lap as the tyres wear. Pure Axle's got a second lead over Apex now, so no slip for Apex, and Tombo's got the slip of Apex, and Adam 2 seconds back there. So I think the battle for second is the one to watch.
Yeah, I haven't seen too much going on through the field. I do see Tate and Suitland close together in the battle for not last.
Oh, Tate's down in last. What happened to Tate? He must have had a big moment.
Looks like on lap 7 he did a 2:22, so he's lost about 10 seconds there.
Yeah, and he pit on lap 5, so that's not a pit stop. That is that's an error there. Yeah, unfortunate for Tate. Back into top split.
Fifth place. The captain's trying to go around the outside of Zoo here across the top of the mountain. You see him going too wide through here again. Oh, he's taking a bit of wall with him, leaving some paint behind for the fans.
Low side having to yield there as Zoo on the inside grabbed a bit of grass and was launching his car to the outside.
That's unlucky again for the captain, as he is absolutely flying an 11.3, fastest lap of the race last time around, and he has been in the mid-11s the last 4 laps.
Yeah, so low side's found his pace. He's now going to get the slipstream from Zoo, and I believe Zoo has not stopped yet.
No, he did not.
Oh, no, that was a mistake for his 27.
Yeah.
So Zoo's going to box this lap. His fuel gauge is blinking at him.
Here comes the captain, looking to go around the outside through the kink, turns it to the inside into the chase. KZ might look to follow him through here. He's a little back, but he's definitely within striking distance.
Yeah, so low side able to use that fresher tyre to brake it a bit later and make that move.
Zoo peel off here as well. There we go. Zoo peels off into the pits. And unfortunately for the captain here, he's found his pace a little too late, as his direct rival and his closest competitor in the championship, Pure Axle, is leading the race.
Yeah,
I think that might be enough to take them that 15-point lead off him and put him in third.
I think you're right.
It in a bit.
Yeah, Apex now 9 tenths off of Pure Axle. He's managed to drop Tombo, but Tombo now only 8 tenths clear of Adam. So the battle for first and the battle for third shaping up to be an absolute cracker in these final 2 laps for round 11 at Mount Panorama.
Yep, and it was said in chat, it all comes down to who wants it the most right now. This is where you got to put everything that you've done for the last 23 minutes into these last couple laps to make it all worth it. Adam looking to recover from that mistake early. Pure Axle and Apex looking to run off at the front. Tombo looking to hold on.
Yeah, catching is one thing, passing is another, and it is exponentially harder. So Apex with it all to do now if he wants that win, and Pure Axle going to be hungry. He loves that top step.
Absolutely, and good luck out breaking Pure Axle. That might be one of the most difficult things in wheel to wheel.
Yeah,
Apex to outbreak Pure Axel there.
Apex just had a massive moment through the S's as well. He clipped the fence, lost 4/10.
Oh, he's got inches spare as he comes out of Forest Elbow. That wall came up on him very quickly.
Yeah, and speaking of coming up quickly, that was a good segue. Adam is in the slipstream zone of Tombo now. So
he is within half a second now.
Yeah, Tombo's going to have to keep Adam back for 1 and a bit more laps as they come through the chase for the penultimate time. Adam braking so late on those soft tyres. Looks like he maybe gave Tombo a nudge, but nothing too bad, if at all. Tombo going to have to go defensive. I think we'll see him parking it up on the Apex to try and make Adam go the long way around.
Oh, Apex has had a really good run through Murray's there. He's taken about a quarter of a second out of Pure Axel. So maybe finding a little bit of late pace here to try and close that gap. Here comes another half a tenth. If he can do that, he's in the slipstream. He loses it on exit though. So he's flirting with the whispers of the slipstream. It's right there in front of him. He can't get it. Adam just 3.5 tenths behind Tombo in that battle for third as well, and he's got a really nice run on him. Nothing happening at the end of Mountain Straight though. He's going to have to wait until Conrod if he's going to make something happen.
Yeah, or maybe a mistake from Tombo across the top. If you touch the fence and wipe off all your speed, it is possible for a car to sneak by. But where Adam really working those soft tyres as hard as he can, the closing speed into the corners is massively different between Tombo and Adam right now. Adam's tyres not looking too bad.
The gap for first is down to a quarter of a second. It's down to 0.2 of a second now. So something's happened through the first sector of the mountain there.
Yeah, Pure Axel 8 tenths down on his personal best, and he's lighter fuel. So yeah, something big has happened there.
Pure Axel was amazing through Skyline though. Pulled out 2 tenths on Apex. He's really doing it under brakes here. He's making these gaps happen. Apex has got to run.
He's got the run.
Pure just threw it into Forest. Had to catch the rear from rotating.
He's got
Pure
a
goes
massive run. He's already got it. He's already got his nose in front.
Yeah, he's gonna clear it, and he does.
Dips a tyre on the dirt as well. As you know, it gets very sketchy going side by side through there with it being such a narrow track. And Apex takes the lead. Adam has also managed to get past Tombo and is just 1.5 seconds back.
Pure Axel not going to be happy with himself there. He is going to be working hard this lap to get back past Apex. Only 4 tenths. He's within the slip. He's got fresher tyre. He just needs to compose himself, head down, and do what you came here for.
Yeah, and Pure Axel hasn't managed to pull anything back in the time since Apex has got past him. Apex has just taken a tenth here, a tenth there, hundredths a second every now and then. And Adam is actually reeling him in very quickly. He's pulled in half a second on Pure Axel since he got past as well.
And he's bringing Tombo with him. Tombo closing fast on Adam.
Oh, Adam's purple through Sector 1, so he's absolutely nailed Hell Corner there. But I don't know if Pure Axel can make anything happen unless Apex makes a mistake before Conrod. Oh, Pure Axel dipping a tyre right onto the marbles, way out wide, coming into the cutting as well.
But he does get a good run across the top. Oh, and he's just started to drop some time again. But he had a great exit out of there.
Yeah, wow, so out of everyone whose tyres I thought were going to fall off towards the end, Pure Axel was not the one. I thought it was definitely going to be Apex who made that earlier stop.
Now, Apex tyre wear is technically worse when you look at the tyres, but Pure Axel just seeming to struggle more in this late stage.
Yeah, I guess it all comes down to how well you can drive on them worn tyres, not how well you can keep them together.
Yeah, there's lots of variables in that equation. Adam now 1 second within Pure Axel. Pure Axel really needs a good exit here. Looks like he nails it.
Adam's a lap too late on this one. I don't think he's going to be able to close it. He's pulled that gap to Tombo as well. He's almost broken that slipstream, but yeah, unless a big mistake happens in the last couple of corners here for Apex, he's claimed the victory on the last lap there.
Yeah, he's got 3 corners to navigate. He's done them flawlessly all night. I can't see him making an error there.
That fuel gauge is dangerously low, I will say that much, but can we see a wind cup here? Coming through Murray's corner.
It looks like he's done enough. So Apex is going to take out race 3, followed by Pure Axel P2.
Oh, Adam's run out!
Adam's run out of fuel!
Oh, Adam, after getting that 3rd position, Mackie pushed too hard. The captain's come home in 5th as well. KZ 6th, Showman 7th. Squiddy beats out Dale for 8th place. Ando's going to come home in 10th. Stootlat 11th. Tate's going to be 12th. And Zoo having a night to forget. I think he's on auto drive.
Yeah, Zoo definitely on auto drive there. That nice Repsol 86.
I called a win cup. I just didn't think it was going to be Adam that it happened to.
No, we hadn't looked at Adam's fuel because he wasn't in the top 2 there. But
so
very
Tombo
unlucky.
sneaks by for a podium, and he'll be absolutely chuffed with that one.
Tombo will be happy with that. Did anyone bet on Tombo for a podium?
Ooh.
I think I did. That might bring back some of the 8k I lost tonight, but...
Yeah, I saw your $1 bet on the captain didn't come through last week, so I'm sure you were pretty cut up about that one as well.
Yeah. Gosh.
Well, that was
what a great
absolute
addition to the
action-packed
season.
hour of racing tonight. Battles everywhere. Didn't know where to look.
Well done, Apex. That was some great racing. Especially that overtake at the top of the mountain there with your Axel.
Yeah, wow. There was some amazing side-by-side action across the top of the mountain tonight. And, I mean, honestly, the Top Split boys didn't disappoint. That was incredible.
Well, boys, we've got the links up on screen. Season 9, is it? Next? What are we up to at the moment? 8? Yeah, season 9.
Season 9, so almost approaching the double digits of Wheel to Wheel's lifespan, but season 9 coming up. If anyone at home is watching, is thinking about getting in on the action, don't hesitate. Chuck the Discord invite, in there, join it up. Registrations for Season 9 are open now. Go to the Facebook page, the Discord link's there. You sign up through the Discord, it's nice and easy. And also want to give a big thank you to our sponsors who have stayed with us through Season 7 and Season 8. So it's massive thanks to Future, Melbourne-born Streetwear, Races.world, Next Level Racing, and Paggy Import Solutions. Big thank you to those guys for staying on board and supporting the league. Some
late race information coming through. Pure Axel backed off the pace because of fuel. Unfortunately couldn't sustain that great level of pace that he had, and Apex fueled up enough to take the win. But well done there to the podium getters. Well done to everyone throughout the race. Squiddy, big ups for getting your first Div 1 win, I think.
Yep.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, some amazing racing through the night, and thanks to everyone for watching. Thank you to you for joining me here in the comms box and making your return for tonight. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Oh, it's been fantastic to be here.
And thank you, Fine Moves, for rocking the visuals for tonight.
Yeah, no worries, guys. Yeah,
I'm sure they'll look as great as they always do.
Gosh, 1 round to go. So we've got the Spa Enduro starting next week.
39 laps of Spa coming up.
May have to get the Lamborghini out of the shed.
Yep. Spa with the boys coming up for the next 2 weekends.
We'll see.
We'll hope to see everyone there. And big thank you again. And we'll catch you next week.
Alright, see you guys.
See you later.